All right, so here's how you always know what to do. So, there is a difference between thinking and receiving thoughts. Every time you think a thought, it's always just based off your memory and what you've already been through. Literally. So, if you ever had a thought that was just like not in tune with your memory and it may have been a bit impressive, you didn't think that thought. It didn't really come from the part of you that you identify with. Because if it did, it would have surprised you. Why? Because you would always think like that. If you always thought like that, it's not impressive. But because this thought is coming from something that you don't identify with, right? It seems like an amazing idea. And then you may think that the thought came from you, which in a way it could have been, but it's not the part of you that you normally identify with. So here's what I'm saying. When you receive thoughts, they may come from your memory also, but a lot of the times they're just what you could call spirits or entities and shit like that. You feel me? Now here's how you can. Oh my fucking god, that was bad. Here is how you could think about it. You could define a spirit as the intelligence behind something. Your thoughts have an intelligence behind it. So is the intelligence behind your thoughts your ego or the source? You see, if you just hook yourself up to the source, right, you'll naturally receive thoughts that tell you exactly what the fuck to do. If you watch Ryan Cropper's video called These Beings or Spirits or Entities, I forgot what he said, but it's something like these beings are always watching and no one could see them type shit. I think I'll link it down below type shit. You feel me? Inside that video, he talks about how he literally had a part of himself that just always knew what to do and shit like that. You feel me? And like he thought it was him type shit. And he eventually found out that it was these beings and shit like that. You feel me? And this is exactly what I'm saying. Ryan Crowder was literally getting in tune with the source and was starting to receive shit that was telling him exactly what the fuck he should be doing and stuff like that. You feel me? If you hook yourself up to the source, right, you'll get those same impulses. And I already made a video about this, really called being spiritually spontaneous versus immaturely impulsive. If you hook yourself up to the source, you become spiritually spontaneous. You'll just always get these inspirations that tell you exactly what you should be doing, what the fuck you gotta do. Now, how you get in tune with the source? There's multiple ways. And inside Ryan Cropper's video, he was doing Qigong, which is life force cultivation yoga, developing your life force, and you feel me, getting in tune with the source via that way. He was developing his life force and everything like that through Qigong and stuff like that, right? He eventually met these beings and shit like that. And by the way, I want you to know real quick, I knew about these beings before y'all because like I was in a session with him and he already told me about the motherfuckers and shit like that. I think the day of one of my sessions, he learned about that shit literally the night before it. You feel me? So like, I'm special, haha. That's a joke. That's some ego shit. Do not actually run with that. Nor should you act like that unless you're just joking around and people know that you're joking, like me, because I'm joking. I'm not special for that at all. It's not that deep. But yeah, I think one of them affected my life also. You feel me? But anyway, what the fuck? That's how you always know what the fuck to do. You literally just hook yourself up to the source and you'll get a whole bunch of little shits. And just get a whole bunch of little shits. Hey, you might as well do that. Hey, do that. Hey, do that. And it's like you could think it's coming from you, because in a way it kind of is. Because if you identify with the source, then you literally are the source. So all the thoughts do come from you. But most people aren't identified with the source. They have a certain personality or a concept of themselves or identity and stuff like that. You feel me? Which you can actually have an identity that allows you to expand very far, but it will still be limiting if you don't see yourself as the source. You feel me? So it's like you could be a super nigga. You could have the identity that you're fucking Superman, but you're still not the source. You will only get Superman thoughts. You feel me? Get some source thoughts. You feel me? When you're ready for it, because becoming the source can be scary for people. Actually, believe it or not. Because if you become the source, you become nothing, which also makes you become everything. But that could be scary for some, because it involves you. It involves a part of you dying and shit like that. You feel me? But yeah, pretty much just getting to it with the source.